right? Shalom, shalom. The Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Speak about the upliftment of Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash. Belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and show respect to you out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right? So let's get that scripture first.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, and verse 12. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way.
Right, that's it. So that's going into Yahweh Shai. Okay, when it goes into a kiss, right? When you deal with the ancient world, especially the East, you kiss the hand, that's a sign of reverence, respect, and many other things, which I have a thing here on Wikipedia. It says hand kissing is a greeting gesture that indicates courtesy, politeness, respect, admiration, or even devotion by one person toward another. Okay, so how do we do that? We do that through our actions. Okay, you see the women, the elect, they're doing it through their actions, right? Which I had certain cases where certain women kissed my hand, and I knew it was a sign of respect. You see, before I even looked it up, I just knew it. You know what I mean? I knew what it meant. You see what I'm saying? Because why? Because that's goes back to the East. All right. So when you do that, when you're doing the things that Yahweh Shai said to do, and that's like as in like you're kissing the hand. Okay, get me white call you Lord. Okay, go ahead.
Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
That's it. All right. You got that already?
John 5:23, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father.
Now honor goes into what? Respect. Okay? Go ahead.
He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which had sent him.
Right, and how are you going to honor the Son if you're not doing what he said to do? You see what I'm saying? The scriptures say to speak it. Well, brother's going to get it right now. You got it?
Alright, this is Luke, St. Luke chapter 6 and verse 46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?
Right, so it's one thing you're calling him Lord, Lord, or whatever. Your heart is far from you. Right? It's one thing to be calling him Lord, Lord, but you have to be doing the things which he said in the scriptures. Okay, you have to be living how he said to live. All right? See, the Christians, they'll say Jesus, they'll scream Jesus, but then they're not living how the scriptures say to live. This is why people got a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to the scriptures. Because they don't follow the scriptures. Okay? We follow the scriptures to the best of our ability. All right? Read that again.
It says, and why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock.
That's it. This is the man who's doing the work. He's doing the things that Yahweh Shai said to do. Go ahead.
And when the flood
An
arose,
Israelite man, because you have to be an Israelite first and foremost. Go ahead.
and when the flood arose and the stream beat vehemently upon the house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock.
What's that? What's the wind and all that, the storm? That's dealing with the tribulation that you're going through. Okay, so when that hits you, guess what? You're going to be stable, because there's people with their tribulation hits them. They fall out. They stop becoming fruitful, or they get deceived. All right? You understand what I'm saying? They stop becoming fruitful, right? All right? If they just fall out and they get offended, you know, and they might not get offended at the first one, they might not get offended at the third one, but it might be the fifth one. Right? You see what I'm saying? It gets them offended, because see, Satan is looking for that openness. Right? Okay, Satan is looking for that openness. Okay,
Verse 49, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man without a foundation, built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and ruined, and the ruin of that house was great.
That's it. Okay, that's it. Go ahead.
Matthew 13:18, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower.
Well, Salakia, before you build the foundation,
you have to know.
You have to know where the what the Lord requires, right? And how do you know that? You have to get the teachers first. So that's the first step, is getting the teachers to know what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai requires. And then everything else will fall in place. If you don't have the right teachers, you don't even know where to begin to kiss the sun.
Go ahead. Verse Matthew 13 and 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Go to the point.
God. Verse 21. Yet he had not root in himself, but dured for a while.
Well, come on, bro. Better start from there.
Verse 20. Might as well start at 19.
Okay, go ahead.
So when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receiveth the seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into a stony place.
This is what it's about. He that receiveth the seed in stony place. Okay? This is what I'm speaking about. This is the ones that did not build his foundation on a rock because they didn't do what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said. He might have came into the truth, but he didn't do what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said. See, the one that Satan came and got him right away, he didn't even come into the truth. Go ahead.
The same is he that heareth the word, anon with joy receiveth it, yet he had not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
Look up the word offended. That is the wind, okay, that was speaking about in the other scripture. Okay, and they get offended based upon the wind, man. All right? Even Yahweh Shai said that he said a particular saying, he said, does this offend you? Right? And he even said how when the tribulation actually came on Yahweh Shai, the disciples were offended at that particular moment. But it was written that way. He had to be forsaken of all at that particular time. Okay, that's how it was written. So they're still of the elect, but that's how it was written. Go ahead. I have the word offense. Go ahead.
This is the word offense in the blue letter. It says to put a stumbling block or impediment in the way upon which another may trip and fall. Metaphor, to offend. It says to entice to sin, to cause a person to begin to distrust and desert one
distrust, right? Right. So who's he distrusting at that particular time when those hells come? He's distrusting Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He's like, nah, he can't get me out of this. Okay, I can't see this going well at the end, right? Go ahead.
It says, and desert one whom he ought to trust and obey. It says to fall away, to be offended in one,
or even in the leaders which Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set up. Because if you forsake the leaders which Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set up, then guess what? You're forsaking Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The scripture said, he that receiveth me receiveth you. Right? So if you're not receiving them, then you're not receiving him.
That's right.
Okay? So there's an order to this thing. Okay? And there's certain things that the apostles say that are hard sayings that guys get offended behind. And not just any brother says that people get offended behind. And those things are good. It's good to say hard sayings from time to time to get people thrown off, man. Because that's going to weed out the undesirables, man. What?
if I may add real quick, like you paraphrase with Yahweh Shai said the saying, this will offend you. If I'm not mistaken, after that, the 70 disciples, they left off.
Yeah.
You know, because they got offended at the saying. If I'm not mistaken, was when Yahweh Shai said, drink my flesh and eat my flesh and drink my blood. After that, the 70 they left, man. They got offended.
Right.
Like the brother said, those things have to happen for the undesirables to be taken out, man. You know?
Yeah, well, that's because Yahweh Shai, he could have said it normally. He could have broke it down, right? But he didn't break it down. He wanted them to be offended. He wanted to get out the undesirables because he already knew who they were. Okay? See, we don't know who they are. We're just going to... The thing is that the word is manifest in the hearts of many. You know? Go ahead.
This is Matthew 13 and verse 9. Who had ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right?
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries.
Like, why are you speaking unto them in dark sayings? He said, because it's given unto you to know the mysteries. Go ahead.
Of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given.
Right, it's not given to them, man. All right, that's why you have other people following these other camps Because really, the truth
Yo,
was
TV
the
gan ça,
truth wasn't
TV,
given to them.
TV.
Okay, they only know that they're Israelites. That's it. And a few breakdowns.
Vous commettez là.
But they don't understand the spirit.
Merci.
The Holy Spirit is not dealing with them. Because doesn't it say that the Comforter will teach you all things? So how don't you know these? How don't you know the mark is? How don't you know these? How are you teaching
So what?
that hell is a place where you burn forever, eternity? See that? That's a guy who doesn't understand the milk. Okay, that's a guy who doesn't understand the milk, man. All right, smart.
Those are
This is good.
those are
Okay, go ahead.
Moi, je
Okay, that was it, right?
cherche
This is the book of Luke chapter 2 and verse
Yeah.
33. And Joseph and his mother marveled at those things which were spoken of him. And Simon blessed them and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against.
Right. It's the falling and the rising of many in Israel. Okay, so that's it. So there's going to be people that believe on him, but there's going to be many people he's going to be a stumbling block unto. Okay, so it's the same thing. Go ahead. It's the same thing with us. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 8. And I'm going to start at verse 13. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, and a gem and a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Right. Get in the snare, man. Okay, that's it. A stumbling block, something that's going to offend them. Go ahead.
It says, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken.
Right. And snared and be taken. Okay, go ahead. Salaki, you have something about? No, I'm looking. Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of John chapter 1 and 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them give he power to become the sons of Yahweh, even to them that believe on his name.
That's it. Okay, that's it. All right, go ahead. Salaki.
This is
go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 4 and verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
That's it. Okay, so this is what it's doing. It's pulling out the intents of the heart, man. Okay, that's what the word does. You see, so you're gonna start with it reveals who they truly are, what they're truly about. Okay. See, that's why a lot of these camps they get revealed right now. You know, when people you thought were on a level, they're really not on a level. When you ought to be teachers, look at that. Okay, because you're talking about hell is there's one meaning for hell ultimately, but it's used parabolically. Now, when you go into the word hell, you'll see the word sha'awal, and then you'll see ba'awar. No. You'll see sha'awal or Jahannam. All right, which goes into a place, the particular place where they burn garbage and dead animals and things of that nature. It's not a place where underground where you burn forever. Okay, you have to get the understanding of that. Matter of fact, let's get and Shawal just means the grave. All that means is the grave more big. That's all that means. All right. Get me you can get Revelation. Get Revelation the 20th chapter. Get Revelation the 20th chapter. Yeah, let's get Revelation the 20th chapter. Get Revelation the 15th chapter, the 4th verse. And Khan.
This
Read
is,
that.
Revelation 20 and verse 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
Right.
This is the second death.
Right, meaning what? Meaning there's not going to be any, go ahead, there's not going to be any more death and hell for the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
Now, what is the lake of fire? Okay, go ahead. Read that. Revelation 15 and 4.
This is Revelation 15 and verse 4. Who shall not... You might start 2?
Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 15 and verse 2. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire.
Right, a sea of glass mingled with fire. That's the elect looking up from the firmament in the chariots, and they're seeing, which is a sea of glass. What is the sea of glass? Give me that. I think that's Revelation 5, I think. I'm not sure. The sea of glass. There's another scripture that mentions the sea of glass. Okay, it's shot like a crystal. Okay, okay, okay. But read that again.
This is Revelation 15 and verse 2. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Right. So that's how are they standing on the sea of glass? Because that we're going to be above the firmament.
That's right.
That number. We're going to be above the firmament, looking down.
That's right.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
New bodies.
Like a crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that? Okay, go ahead.
Revelation 4, I'm going to start at verse 5. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High. And before the throne there was a sea of glass, like unto crystal.
Right. Like, why is it like unto crystal? When you look at when you get the outer space, look at the world, you see it shining. It's like there's like a light around the world. Okay, a glow. It's shining like crystal, but it's see-through. That's what it's speaking about. The firmament, man. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, and before the throne there was a sea of glass.
Right. Where's the Most High's throne? In the heavens. Right. In the outer, so-called outer space, if you will. Go ahead.
Like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind.
Okay. So read them mingled with fire. Who else mingled with fire? Oh, mingled with fire. I don't know. Call it together. Yeah. Read that, and then you got mingled with fire right now. Read
This
that.
is Revelation 15 and verse 2. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire.
So now he's looking at the firmament, but it looks like the firmament is mingled with fire. That's what he's seeing, because this is the bird's eye view. We're going to be seeing America on fire, man. Literally, man. Okay? So it's going to look like a lake of fire. So what's IUIC teaching? They're teaching that lake of fire is somewhere where the 2/3 Israelites that are not right, that don't repent, they're going to be there burning for all eternity. The Most High is not going to have anyone burning for all eternity. He's a merciful power, man. See, if the Edomite, if the so-called white man had that power, he would do that. The Most High is a righteous power, man. He ain't going to do that. Okay? Even to the Edomites, even these devils, they're not going to be burning forever. They're not going to be catching hell forever. There's going to be a time when after they're in slavery under us, that they're just going to be done away with. They're just going to be exterminated, man. That's a form of mercy right there. Okay? So, like, okay, go ahead.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments,
Right,
and shall teach men so,
Yep.
he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right, speaking about an Israelite that's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Okay? He's going to be called the least. He's going to be on a low level. Go ahead.
In the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Not burn forever. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be
Right,
called
now,
great.
that's the point. Not burn forever. He's not going to be burning forever. He's going to come back and he's going to be the least. Right. So if there's a place, wouldn't he be burning forever? Wouldn't that guy be burning forever? Because he was teaching them not to keep the commandments, right? He was teaching against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So where does he fall in? You see, he's going to be in the kingdom. He's just not going to be in a rulership, in a governmental position. Okay. Well, I don't know.
I'm not lying. I like him and lying.
Okay, all right, that's
But
good.
I'm not lying to you.
Read, brother. Read.
Anyway, God bless, guys.
Okay, yeah, finish it up. Can I make a point real quick?
Yeah, furthermore, like the brother was saying, how can you say that 2/3 are going to be in the lake of fire if it says in the scriptures that all Israel is going to be saved with the everlasting salvation?
That's right.
So what does that mean? You know? Because of course, once the elect is saved, all Israel is going to come back to the loins of the elect, man. That's how the 2/3 are going to be saved ultimately, man. So they're not going to burn forever.
Right. And they might as well be Edomites. Right? What's the difference of being an Israelite and Edomite if you're just going to burn, the wicked is going to burn forever? Okay. So what's the point of being an Israelite? Go ahead.
This is a
What had the advantage of the Jew? Much in every way. Go ahead.
This is
It says, this Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Because those are the ones that are going to be delivered. Those are the ones that are going to be delivered, man. All right? All right? Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
Hold on. Salaki, brother. Salaki. Hold on. Read that again. What you read.
All right,
Yeah,
this is the
okay,
book
see,
of Revelation
I see,
15:2.
Okay,
And I
see you.
saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Well, that's it. So they're going to be looking down, all right, at that sea of glass. They're going to be seeing the lake of fire, man. Okay? So you guys have to get understanding of the scripture. You don't understand the scriptures. Okay, that's why you teach these wayward doctrines, and that's the proof that what the Holy Spirit is not dealing with your leader, and it's not dealing with you. Okay? Real quick. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 16.
We're teaching right now, bro. Hey, my friend, we're teaching right now. We're teaching. We don't want to be distracted. Okay? Yeah. We don't need to be distracted. We're good. All right? Go ahead.
2 Peter 3 and verse 16.
Yeah.
And also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest.
They wrestle with the truth. They wrestle with the understanding. Go ahead.
As they do also the other scriptures, unto their own destruction.
Right. It said that they were unstable, right? Well, the scriptures speak about beguiling unstable souls. Because they're unstable, they get beguiled, they get deceived, right? All right? And how do you become unstable? By watching all these different groups.
Zabak,
Instead
you
of
got
watching
charger?
great possibly great notes going on down, man. Because that's where the 100% truth is at. That's where the true gospel is at. Go ahead. Huh? Khan, read that.
This is Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a moment.
Right, what are you hiding yourself from? The destruction that's getting ready to happen. That's why we're going to be above the firmament, but we're going to be of that number, and we're going to be looking down at the destruction of America. Go ahead.
Until the indignation be past.
So what? Whose indignation? The Heavenly Father's indignation. Go ahead.
For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
That's it. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of Yahweh. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord.
Yeah, so we're going to be beamed up. We're going to be beamed up like how you see them spaceship movies and they beam up the people, right? And they enter into the ship. Well, that's how we're going to enter into the chariot, okay? And we're going to be with Yahushua, right? And it makes sense for us to be on the same chariot as Yahushua. We got to end up on the same chariot. We got to end up on the same chariot, right? But when we look it together, okay? It says, thus shall we forever be with Yahushua. Okay, so we're going to be with Yahushua. Go ahead. At some point, we got to be with Yahushua when we go up there.
Drinking wine.
Yeah, we're playing the harps. The harp. We're all listening to harps. We're all chilling.
Go ahead. Just to back up your point, even in 2 Ezra 4, it speaks about how that young men, the multitude was crowning them, man. So like the brother was saying, we're going to have to meet up with Yahushua for him to give us our reward, man.
Which we don't know if that's going to be up there. We don't know. We're going to have a ceremony down here. We don't know. Okay, so we don't know where that's going to be or when that exactly is going to happen. But go ahead, there's more.
Yeah, we said.
Right.
This is Revelation 18 in verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, so you receive not of her plagues. Okay, what's the ultimate plague? Nuclear fire. That plague, that's a serious plague. And when these people feel that, it's not gonna be just no quick death. They're gonna feel that. The Most High Spirit is gonna be in that fire, man.
Sure.
They're gonna feel that, bro. That's gonna be the worst thing going. The worst thing ever, the worst death to come, man. That's gonna be worse than famine.
This is Isaiah 9 and verse 19. Through
You
the
know what's
wrath,
gonna be a terrible part of that? It's just knowing they're on their way. Just knowing they're coming and then you just see them in the sky. That's just gonna, I had dreams of that's not gonna be no joke, man. That's not gonna be any type of joke. Okay, you know it's coming, and then you look into the sky and it gets dark. You just see, and there's nothing you can do, nowhere you can run. There's nowhere to run. Forget about it.
I mean, there's a saying that the anticipation of death is worse than death itself.
Woo!
All right, exactly. That's it. The anticipation of death is worse than death itself.
That's right.
See, the death itself might be quick. I'm not talking about the nuclear, I'm talking about death in general, right? But it's the whole thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're on death row, they got niggas sitting on death row for 12 years. That's wicked, man. Esau's a beast. Esau's a complete beast. That's wicked as hell, man. Death row for 12 years. I don't know. So what do you think that guy's gonna be doing? You think he's gonna be those are the type of guys what do they have to lose? Nothing could be worse than what they're hoping that they get maybe put to death to get it over with. Go ahead. You're out of me.
This is Zechariah 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem.
Hold on now. Jerusalem is starting with who? The elect. Okay? Because there's Israel, but not all Israel is of Israel. Meaning not all of our people are in the spirit of Israelites right now. Okay? It's only the elect.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
That's right.
Their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
They're just gonna they're gonna melt. The Lord said he's gonna melt them, man. Okay? With a fire that's hotter than any atomic bomb, man.
If I may add too, they showed that in that movie. She saw the wave coming, but it was too late.
Yep.
Yeah, she tried to warn them.
Warn them to do what? That's the thing. You're warning them about what? Where are you gonna go? Esau has this nuclear plan with nuclear. Make sure you get to the basement. These Edomites are stupid. Man, anyways, man. Go ahead. Anyone who's in a bunker, if you see the Kim Kardashian, I think she has a bunker maybe in America, I think. If anyone has a bunker in America, that's going to be their burial ground. Go ahead.
Shit. All right. This is the book of Luke. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run.
Well, hold on. Did you read yours? Okay, read yours. Read that.
This is Isaiah 9 and verse 19. To the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire.
The fuel of the fire, because what is this? It's nothing but a sacrifice, man. Give me that. Give me Isaiah. Sacrifice 4. Isaiah, the Lord is sacrificing these people, so they're the fuel for the fire, man. Go ahead.
It says, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother.
Right. Yeah, all them chemicals Esau's putting in you, man. By that time, you probably be flammable. You know? You know what I'm saying? That's it on that one.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that
and they're gonna hear the noise when it's on this. When it's coming, they're gonna hear it, man. You know it's gonna be loud, man. The propellers, it's gonna be very loud. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna be in formation. Go ahead.
Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as the strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness.
They're gonna feel that death. They're gonna feel that, man. They will feel that, man.
This is Isaiah 34 and verse 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is upon all nations,
Right.
and his fury upon all their armies.
Yep.
He had utterly destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter.
Yep.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
That's it. Go ahead.
The mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
Right. What's going to dissolve it? The nuclear fire, man. Go ahead.
And the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their
That's
hosts
that mushroom cloud. Okay. Go ahead.
and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
It's coming. The target is the Edomites, man. That's the target of the Lord. The Lord is looking to target you Edomites, you so-called white people, so you can understand. Okay? The Edomites. That's the target. Idumea. That's another way of saying Edomites, man. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse,
Let's prove that. Get Isaiah, this is the 63rd chapter. Go ahead.
and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yeah?
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats,
Yeah?
with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had to sacrifice in Basra.
Right. So what's America? That's nothing but a big altar for the Lord to destroy, to burn. Okay? And all those people that's in there and everything that's in there is going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be spoiled to appease the wrath of the Heavenly Father, man. For the wickedness going on in this place, man. The evil going on in this place. The treachery, the hypocrisy going on in this place, man. Go ahead.
It says, and of great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right.
And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with their bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust, that's lucky, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's
It
vengeance.
means there's going to be a lot of dead bodies. That's what it means, shall be soaked in blood. There'll be a lot of dead bodies, man. I mean, a lot of dead people, not dead bodies, dead people, right? They're going to turn to dust. There's not going to be nothing to see. You're not going to see no blood either. Everything's going to be burnt up. Okay, go ahead.
It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of his recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Who's Zion? Where's Zion? The Israelites, man. That's why he's doing all this, man, for his people, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 19, and verse 19. In that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
That's it. Well, that's the altar, man. Okay, that's the altar. All right? Give me Isaiah 63.
That's Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom?
See, it mentions Edom, all right? Edomites, because that's who's going to be in power. That's who's in power right now, the Edomites, right? The nation, the race of the Edomites. Give me 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, man. All right? 16th chapter. Go ahead. 6th chapter. Go ahead.
It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and their garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Right. And his garment, the Lord's not going to come. He's not going to actually, his blood, his garment is not going to be stained with blood. It's parabolic, man. See, this proves that this book is our book. Israelite, so-called black, Latino, Native American book. This is not the so-called white man's book. We speak in parables. That the so-called Ebonics, that's parables, man. We call money bread, that's parables, right? Okay? That's not no parables. Like when Jake says, oh, this guy has 5 bodies on him. Is he walking around with bodies on top of him? No, he's saying he's a murderer. Right? So he's saying he's bringing in stained with blood. That's showing how much blood you're shedding. How much people you're putting to death. No matter how you put them, no matter if you burn them, no matter how you do it, that's representative of blood. Right? Oh, when the Lord said blood touches blood, does that mean that there was actual blood? Oh, you go down the street, see a person dead there, this blood was touching that dead person's blood, and it was combining. No. This means there was so much death in that place, man. Go ahead.
He says, blood shall be up to the horse and bridle.
Right. And we're going to be swimming in it. There's going to be a time we're just swimming in it. Oh, yo. the angel finds us, the elect, no, come with me. You gotta swim through the blood, get to shelter. Come on, man. No, you gotta, it's parabolic, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone,
Right.
and of the people there is none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury.
That's right.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments,
Yeah.
and I will stain all my raiment. Salakim. It says, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart,
Yep.
and the year of my redeemed is come.
Right. Who's he coming to redeem? He's coming to redeem the elect of the nation of Israel, man. The elect of our people, man. Okay? We're warning the elect of our people to come out of this place, man. The elect is the only one that's going to listen. The rest of them, they're going to just be part of that sacrifice, man. Okay? If they're in America, if they're Babylon the Great. But the ones that repent and turn to Yahushua, then guess what? They're going to have a chance that in the times to come. Okay? Well, they're not going to have a chance. If they continue to the end, they're going to be delivered one way or another. All right? Go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Right. That's mainly dealing with the elect in America. Okay? The 2/3 of America. Right? Go ahead.
And I will bring the third part through the fire,
Right.
and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. Shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
That's it. Man. Okay? Yahushua is my power. That's what the elect is saying. What you got?
This is Matthew 24 and verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Right. Right. Well, give me a check. No more percent. Okay. What you got?
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he said, awakest thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Right.
But wherefore be not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
Right. Understand what the will of the Lord is, man. Okay? Read that again, please.
From the top.
God.
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead,
Yeah.
and Hamashiach shall give thee light.
Right, because he that wanted out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Go ahead.
See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Right, right. That's what he's saying to the ones of the elect are going to do that. They're going to wake up and they're going to start walking with wisdom. Go ahead.
Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
That's it. That's it. You see, but you can only understand the true will of the Lord if you have the right teachers. So you have a lot of Israelites that don't understand the will of the Lord, and I don't know what Yahushua is going to do to shake these people up, but he's going to do something. But there's going to be a lot of things coming down the pipe, okay? That's going to shake people up for sure. But we don't know what kind of, you know what I mean? What point these Israelites are going to start waking up? What particular event, is going to really start making the masses say, now we got to follow the apostles and others who bring those brothers. Because this is the only true gospel. You can't have a remix gospel and then, that's the true. No, that's a remix, man. All right? The Lord's not dealing with no remixes, man. Is it on there? No. What's that? No more stuff? Read that.
Jeremiah 16, verse 14.
Yeah.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, because what was the first time he delivered us? Out of the land of Egypt, right? This is going to be the last deliverance. The second deliverance, ultimately, the last one. Go ahead.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
North America. That's where he's coming to deliver the majority of his people from, man. Okay, the land of the north. Okay, go ahead.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
And all the other lands where he had driven us. Right? In what? In slavery. Okay? Go ahead.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right. Right, right. And he's going to bring us into our own land, which is where? In Israel, the land of Israel. Okay? But we're going to really get the full land. We're not going to get this partial, we're going to get the full, because they don't have the full land right now. They only have a partial amount. We're going to get the full thing. Okay?
This is Nahum 1 and verse 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up a second time.
Il t'a pas vu.
Affliction shall not arise up a second time into our people, man. Okay? See that? This is the last captivity. See, the Lord had a line of captivities: Babylon, Persia, Greek, Roman, so on and so forth. This is the revival of the Roman Empire, right? Okay? This is the last one. All right? After this, the Lord is taking these devils down, and what he's going to do is going to put them under us. And we're going to be their rulers, man. And we're going to do what? Wreak vengeance upon them, man.
That's
That's
right.
when they're going to get their vengeance. What you got?
Second Ezra 9, verse 1. Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass,
Yep.
which thou have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is at this very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So he's coming to visit the world, but the main thing he's coming to do is also to deliver his people. All right. Go ahead.
Therefore, when thou shalt see earthquakes upwards of the people in the
Oh,
world,
that's it on that. That's it. Read
This
this.
is, Lamentations 4 verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
We get Joel the third chapter.
that dwellest in the land of Uz.
And so who's the daughter? Who's Edom? Who's the daughter of? Who's Edom? The Edomites are the ones that are ruling right now. Okay, the so-called white people, so to speak. And those are the Edomites according to the Bible. Okay, they're in rulership right now. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
But what? They're going to have to face that judgment. Okay, because of what they've done. All right, go ahead.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Right.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of
So
Zion.
he said, listen, your judgment is over. Speaking to us, your judgment is done. You're good. All right, you served your punishment. That's it. All right, go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So you're not going to go into slavery anymore. That's done. The slavery is done now for you. Okay, go ahead.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Now he's coming for the Edomites. Now it's their turn to pay for what they've done. Okay, and they're going to get double. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And our rulership is going to be an everlasting rulership under Yahweh Shai. And we're going to set this planet Earth in order. Go ahead.
He will discover thy sins.
Right. He's gonna. What does it mean? Discover your sin. That means he's gonna pull up all the documents of what you've been doing. All the angels are gonna say, "Oh, whoa, wait a minute. What? You destroyed all the Native Americans? What? You stole the land. You gave them smallpox. What's all this, man? You did the same thing to the Australians and everyone. What? The Aborigines. What's going on here? Huh? And then what you did to the so-called black people, put them in slavery. What's all this about? All of these things are going to have to be paid for, man.
Right.
All of these things are going to have to be answered for. And it doesn't matter how you feel. Well, I feel like this is, the Most High doesn't care how you feel. This is what's going to happen. Okay? Your Revelations 13 and 9.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 9, and it reads, If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
What's captivity? Slavery, man. Okay, go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's called an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, man. That's called judgment. That's called vengeance, man. And that's coming to the enemies of our people, man, the enemies of Israel. Okay, which are the enemies of the Most High. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's it. That's it. And the saints are patiently waiting for that, man.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob,
That's right.
and will yet choose Israel,
Yep.
and set them in their own land.
And we are Israel. We are the true Israelites according to the Bible. We are the true sons of God, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they're scattered around the earth, man. All right? Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Uh-huh.
And the house of Israel shall possess them
Yep.
in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So we're gonna have these heathens as servants and handmaids. Strangers shall feed thy flocks. Go ahead.
And they shall take some captives whose captives they
So
were.
what does captive mean? What does captivity entail? Slavery. So what does that mean? We're gonna take them slaves whose slaves we were. You see? This is the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is why they don't want to go, they don't want to interview the Israelites. Because we're going to tell them the truth about the Bible, man. All right? And then people's whole perception is going to change, man, of what's getting ready to come, man. Okay? But Esau thinks he got away with it, man. And now it's all love. Now the doctrine changed from murdering everybody to love. When did that happen? What year did that change? Go ahead.
And they shall take some captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right, we're gonna rule over these Edomites, man. Okay? And there's nothing they can do about it, man. They can cry about it, they can scream about it. This is what's coming in the future, man. It's slavery for them. All right? Go ahead, man. That's it on that. As a matter of fact, I want you to continue. Just keep it there. Go ahead.
This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7.
And we're gonna have fun putting them in slavery too, man. That's right. Because wipe that pride off of their fucking faces. Go ahead, man.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked.
Yep.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That's right. What you got, bro?
This is Daniel 2, and verse 44. And in the days of these kings, the Most High of heaven shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Right, so this kingdom is going to be consumed, and our kingdom is going to be everlasting under Yahushua. Okay? And what do you think we're going to be doing with the heathen? Give me that. Stranger shall feed thy flocks.
The book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
Who are the strangers? It's other nations. Okay, go ahead.
And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your wine
They're
dressers.
going to be our slaves. They're going to be our servants. Okay? See, there's nothing wrong with slavery. But the way Esau did it was completely wicked. All right? Because really when you're an employee, you're a slave. I don't know what you think you are. Oh, I'm an employee? No, I'm a free employee. No, you're a slave. You're a wage slave. Okay? When you want to ask for a day off, you gotta humble yourself down. Please, I just, can I get Friday off? A grown ass man, you know, asking for Friday off, man. You're scared, nervous. You're scared to say, oh, sick, oh shit. You know, that's not living. That's nonsense. Okay, that's captivity. That's slavery. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, you gotta. No, hold on. Which one? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 60 and verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Right, we're not gonna pay them, man. We're just gonna do it, man. Okay, we're gonna give them food and shit like that, but that's about it. All right, go ahead.
It says, for in my wrath I smote thee,
Shelter.
but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
That's it, right? So he put us in captivity because of his anger. But guess what? He's going to have mercy upon us. All right? Because we're his people. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
What does that mean? What does bending mean? Bending is like this. You see how you see some of them old Edomites, they walk like this? Right? But that's how all them Edomites are going to come to us, man. They're going to come bending. A lot of them, they're going to come crawling, a lot of them. All right? Because they're going to have to be in that subjection, man. They're going to have to learn their place in the kingdom, man. Read that again.
God.
Don't look me in the eye.
This is
Oh, no. Esau's not going to be looking, eyeballing nothing, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 60 and verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
Right.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the
Right,
soles
because
of
they
thy feet.
despise us now, right? They despise the Israelites now, right? But it says they're gonna be brought down low. They're gonna be despised in the kingdom by us. Read that again. man.
Alright. The sons,
And our kingdom is gonna be an everlasting kingdom. Man. Go ahead, read that again.
the sons also of them that afflicted thee
Right.
shall come bending unto
They're
thee.
gonna come bowing to us. What does it mean to bend? It means they're bowing down to us. That's what they're gonna do. Okay? Because we're the sons of God, and the Lord is gonna glorify us as such. Go ahead.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
That's right.
And they shall call thee the city of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Zion of the Holy One of
See, they're
Israel.
not going to call those guys with the curls on the side of their head jumping, doing ring around the rosy. They're not going to call them those are not the people of God, man. Okay? Why would God have his people so flavorless, man? Okay? The people of God are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay? We're the ones that make the world go around, man. And without the so-called black people on the earth, man, this world would be boring as fuck. Okay? We wouldn't have no trends going on, no dances, no nothing. No good music, nothing. Alright? We make the world go. No inventions. Okay? Majority of the inventions came from black men. Alright? And then when you look into the other one, you got the so-called Latinos and Native Americans in there, right? You just got to search hard. Because Esau's a liar, man. And a thief. Go ahead.
Verse 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken.
Well, that's how he got rich. He got rich off of thievery, man. Okay? And lies right? And then they're looking, oh, why don't you get up like the Edomite? The Edomite, how did they get their riches? The only way to get up like them is the bloodshed and wickedness. And to spread disease, warfare. They done had hundreds of years of head starts, man. Okay? You gotta be wicked to get up like that. I'll show you how stupid these people are, man. Go ahead, man. You're not gonna get on it. They're gonna be taken down by Yahweh Shai. The Lord is gonna take them down. Okay? Try to get on the same level. They have many generations of wealth. Okay? And then their people are in high position. So what do you think they're gonna do? They might not say it, but what do you think? Who do you think they're gonna put in position? They're gonna put their own in position over you. Wow, duh. But when did they start loving you to put you in position? Come on, man. Go ahead, man.
It says, verse 15, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Right, we're going to be exalted above these other nations, man. Right? And like I said, they're going to learn their place, man. Okay?
Straight
All right.
for the weekend. Straight
Go ahead.
This is the book of John.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Book of St. John chapter 10 and 10.
All right.
The thief cometh not.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
That's the spirit of the Lord.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Go ahead. But everyone's gonna know it soon, though. Everyone's gonna know we have the truth, man. Everyone's gonna know that this is the truth, man, and that we are the men of the Lord, man. Lord, will we be of that know when we continue to the end, man? Starting with the apostles and elders on down, man. And all of our people that were with this devil and they're gonna be ashamed, man. They're gonna be destroyed, and then they're gonna be ashamed when they come back, man. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of John chapter 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
Well, that's it. So Esau, Edom is the thief that came to destroy. Okay, he came to destroy. He came to steal. He came to kill. That's all he came to do. And what's the Lord going to do? He's going to take out the wicked, man. The wicked is not going to be any more place found for the wicked, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom shall be translated from one people to another.
Yeah, it's going to be true. Who's it going to be translated from Esau, the Edomites, to us, the Israelites, man? That's right. Jacob. Go ahead, man. Give me Isaiah 14. I need Isaiah 14 again. Go ahead.
This is Job 15 and verse 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate.
That's right.
And fire shall consume the tabernacles of right.
And there's nobody more of a hypocrite than these Edomites. All right? Besides these women, you know. But the Edomites and the women are the so-called black women. They're similar, man. They're very, very similar, man. The serpent and Eve is very similar, man, in their mindset, man. And they're both going to be taken down, man. That's right. Okay? The so-called black woman and the so-called white man both going to fall together, man. All right? Well, that's the prophecy. Well, hold on. Give me Micah 7, man. Give me Micah 7 and 10, man. Because they're all our enemies, man. Listen, Jake, the so-called black Latino neighbor, the only friend we have is the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. That's right. That's the one who's on our side. Start the elect, starting with the elect. Only the elect, though. Not everyone, because a lot of you ninjas are enemies too, man. Right. Go ahead, man.
This is Micah 7, verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall...
Then what? Then what? Read it nice and loud, brother.
Gosh, this is Micah 7 and verse 10.
Yep.
Then she that is mine enemy...
And this goes out to, I'm telling you exclusively, this goes out to the so-called black one. This goes out to the southern kingdom. All right? But also all of them too. All of them too. But especially them. Because they're the biggest enemies, man. To the nation, man. Go ahead, man.
It says Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her.
Right. So she's going to say, what's going on, brother? Shalom, brother. You're an Israelite, brother. You're an Israelite, man. You know, time is short. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it.
So they're going to see it. The women that was looking at us funny, niggas ain't shit, this and that, right? They're going to see the glorification, man.
Right.
The Lord is going to glorify his men, his elect. Go ahead.
And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power?
Shalom.
Mine eyes shall see her.
We're going to see them in that day. We're going to look at them in their eyes. See when the society crashes, man? Because the society is going to crash. When it crashes and they start coming to us, oh, help me. We're going to be looking at them dead in their soul. Okay? We're going to tell them to kick a rock. Get the fuck out of my face, man. The majority of them, man. I'm going to tell you right now, only unless the spirit is with certain of them, the one they're already supporting from before, they're going to be kicked to the curb. We're going to spit in their face, too. Get the fuck out of here, man. And go be strong and independent, man. See, when the famine comes, they ain't no more strong and independent, man. See, Esau, the so-called white man, he done taught you a lie. He done painted you a lie. He done gave you a lie. And he's about to turn on you because all them different benefits, government benefits, that's going away. That's going to go away too. Because the government's going to shut down, man.
That's right.
They're coming in with a new system, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, man.
How shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets?
What is mire? That's the dung, man. Okay? That's what she's going to be. She's going to be trodden down as the mire of the street, man. Because why? Because they were proud before, and now they're help me. No, fuck F you, man.
Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy, man.
Be strong.
See, we know what's up. See, the average Jake, they don't know. They're doing the videos and the passport, this and that. But I get it, though. If I was in the world, well, why not go over there, man? Because they're the Satan over here. They're the devil over here. Might as well go over there where they know how to be women. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand.
Right. Any of our people that are following this man and thinking that he's gonna, trusting in the government, trusting the science and all this madness, you're gonna be destroyed. You're not. It's gonna come to a point where you're gonna be in such a bad case. All the lies that's getting ready to be exposed to this devil, man. Right. If 2020 didn't show you this man is a liar and his government is not to be trusted, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Go ahead, man.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then you shall be trodden down by it.
Yeah, you're gonna be trodden. Right. When that destruction comes, you're gonna be trodden down, man. When that tribulation comes, man. Okay? And we're not gonna be crying. Scripture say we're gonna be laughing at the destruction of the family. Yep. We're not gonna be crying and mourning with you. Right? Like the scripture say, if your brother mourn with him, right? Yeah, we see it. An end double on the floor dead and another end double. Slice it up. And then we go with them. No. Okay, we're gonna laugh, man. When the judgment really comes, man. Go ahead, man.
This is Job 5 and verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7, there shall no evil touch thee.
Right, no evil is going to be touching the elect of the nation of Israel, man. The men of the elect. Right. So it's going to be looking like, yo, what's going on? You might have gunfire this way, gunfire that way. Man just walking. You know?
Yo,
Man just walking.
faut que j'aille pisser. Faut que j'aille pisser.
Jake just walking, so whatever. Go ahead, read.
It says, verse 23, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Right. Meaning what? We're going to see there might be a wild wolf, and really we could pet the wolf if we want, man. A pack, we could pet them, All right, might see a bear, you know, might be in the spirit to pet the bear because they're gonna be in league with us. Because who's the Father of spirits? The Heavenly Father. And if he's in league with us, then guess what? The animals will be in league with us in that time. Right. Because you have to understand, when the Lord opens up the floodgates of destruction on these people and hell, guess what? He's gonna protect his men. Give me Isaiah 65.
Let me add real quick. Noah in the ark, man, he was at peace with the animals, man.
Yeah.
You know, there was lions in there, all type of ferocious animals.
Yep.
Did they eat Noah and the 7 other souls? No, man, because the Lord was with them, man.
that's
And the same thing here, when the times to come, when those beasts newly created, man, they come, man. When they see us, man, their sights are not going to be upon us, man. They're going to be looking for the others, man. That's not inside this tabernacle, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Their mindset of, yo, I just gotta outrun this guy. But the thing is gonna run past me, run past a brother, okay, and go and eat them. Because that's what the Spirit of the Lord is gonna put on them. The spirit of vengeance, man. And I can't wait, man. Because we've been telling you people, man. And we're only speaking to our people, we're speaking to the Israelites. Because the rest of these nations don't have a chance anyway, man. Go ahead, man.
So like another one too, Daniel. And when he was locked in the lion's den.
Oh, perfect.
You know? And not the Lord shut the mouth of the lions.
Perfect.
And if I'm not mistaken, the king even starved out the lions, man.
Yep.
So that the first person that they see, they set their eyes on, they were supposed to devour that man, man.
Yep.
But after that, what happened? When Daniel was found just, he was found to be righteous, and then they sent those that accused him in there. What happened? Those lions devoured those guys, man. All right?
Yep. And guess what? The Edomites, the elites, they have the records on these things.
Yeah.
They have the historical records on these things. But they're not going to bring it up because they don't want the average person to believe in the Bible. Right. They want these average peons to believe in atheism and shit. See, we're bringing out the truth of the Bible, the full truth, man. Go ahead, man.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and 17.
That's why when you go to the Vatican, you can't go in to just look up any book. You can't go into certain sections. They have all kind of history books in there, man. Go ahead, slack it.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, says Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
The righteous right. Yo, brother, if you need to go do something, just let brothers know. The Bach is going to grab you. All right? Huh? Oh, so I can.
Did you? Go ahead.
See what I'm saying? What? Read that again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
That's right.
And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteousness is of thee, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right, and elect is not going to be somewhere and then a cannibal coming and hit him with an axe in the back of his head. Oh man, that was Isaiah. He went out bad. No. The elect have a particular, if they're going to be martyrs, it's a particular glorious martyrdom. But before that, the Lord's going to show that he's dealing with you, right? You see what I'm saying? So you're not just going to have no random death, man. So that's why we're going to be walking confidently. When the Lord puts the pose and we know that we continue into the end, in truth and sincerity, we're just going to be walking confidently, man. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
That's that spiritual mark, man. Go ahead.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right.
Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And begin at my sanctuary, then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
That's it, man. All right. So guess what? The Lord is going to have it where the floodgates open up and the angels are going to go do work. You know, if you see a particular brother out, you know, what is he doing? He's always on his way to go and do work, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 28.
What's that? That's a Levite talking shit. Go ahead.
It says, There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made
Right,
them.
they're going to appease the wrath of him that made them, right? Which is who? Which is the Heavenly Father. He's the Father of Spirit. Okay? So they're going to do what he wants them to do. Right? Okay, go ahead.
It says, of fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Yeah.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions,
Yes.
serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Right, imagine the influx of serpents of the cannon. Influx, man. It's a bunch of serpents, man. You see? So anyway, we'll see. The Lord has a lot of things planned for this place, man. Okay? We'll see how all these things unfold, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
That's it. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 7, and verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Right, right. So we see, right. We're going to be sealed before all that hell breaks loose, man. All the elect. Okay? Lord willing, we give that number. Got that?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and verse 2. And it shall come to pass.
What's the time, brother?
You restarted.
Oh, yeah?
It was 1 o'clock before you restarted. Before
Oh, before you went, okay.
1 hour, I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, such as are for death, to death, and such as are for the sword, to the sword, and such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
That's right.
Because you have to understand, the Lord is holding back angels right now. All the angels ain't out here doing work right now. See, when the Lord sends all the appointed angels to bring in that evil, it's just going to be all hell on the earth, man. It's going to be all hell upon this earth, man. Okay? And every side there's going to be something going on, man. As if a man that lean his hand on the wall. Well, bring it on out.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 19. Verse 18, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Right.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bare meadow, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
So he's going from one tribulation to another. This is what it's going to be for these people, man. It's going to be no rest, man. No rest for these people. All right? They go from one thing to another. And you think they're going to have a good night's sleep? They're going to have a good night's sleep, man. So through the night, they're going to be hearing screams, man. And they're going to be wondering if a cannibal is going to kick in the door and eat them, man. This is the time we're coming into, man. That's right. Okay?
It says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
Right. That's it. What you got?
It's the wisdom of Solomon 11 and verse 17. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts.
Right. And there's going to be wild animals in these cities, man. Okay? There's going to be wild animals out there, man. Bears and shit like that, man. And whatever. Wolves, packs of wolves, and all these type of things are coming to these cities, man. You better believe it, man. Okay? So you might be outside, you gotta watch. You don't just gotta watch human beings, you gotta watch to see if a damn panther's in the flipping bushes, man. Or flipping whatever, man. Or a wolf. Gorilla. Yeah, gorilla, man. Like I'm saying, man, zoo, don't be surprised if Esau, something happens with Esau unlocks, or he just decides to unlock the zoo, man. And let all them animals out, man.
Oh, yeah, we attack open the gates.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, man. All right? Yeah, some Jumanji stuff, man. Go ahead, man.
11. Verse 18.
You got Granby, you got what else else you got? You got Park Safari, you got all kind of things, man.
Yeah, but
Around this, huh?
well, let me tell you this. When I went to Granby, because I went, all the animals are drugged out, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're like,
Yeah. That's what they do. They drug them. But guess what? Them drugs can wear off. And sometimes they do wear off. They eat one of the trainers.
yeah.
He said, yeah, well, he's like, I'm a lion. I'm a lion.
It says, or unknown wild beasts full of rage,
Yep.
newly created,
Yeah.
breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them.
Right, there's certain creatures that have not been seen by the public eye yet. Esau's always discovering new animals and creatures and things like that. You know, he acts like he has it all figured out when he doesn't, right? Not even close. He hasn't even searched out all the earth yet. He hasn't even searched out like 10% of the earth. Esau doesn't know what else is going on.
Wait till Leviathan comes out.
Yeah. How you didn't find Leviathan? You got all this searching going on. You still didn't find a picture of Leviathan yet. I don't know if you brothers remember there was a picture of that particular serpent thing with the helicopter. What is that? Why didn't they have it? Why is that not on the news? I don't understand. Unless it was fake, I don't know. That looked real to me. Go ahead.
2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment
That's
to
right.
be punished.
That's it. All right. What you got? All right. So give me Isaiah 65, 12, 11 inches. Let me know what it
The
says.
book of Isaiah, chapter 65, and verse 11. And it reads, it says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you
about
to
Esau and Edom, right? Right? They're basically agreement with Esau and Edom. Okay, rather than Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes.
Right. Anything that you're not doing that's not in alignment with the Heavenly Father, what we're telling you to do, then guess what? You're doing evil before His eyes, man. Go ahead.
And did choose that wherein I delighted not.
He said,
Therefore thus said Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
so guess what? When that famine hits this place, because there's a famine that's going to come, man.
That's right.
Famine, all right? The government's going to be shut down, all right? Basically, all right? And these people, it's going to be all chaos out there, man. Okay? And guess what's going to happen? These people are not going to know what to do. But the elect, they're going to have food. They're going to have shelter. The Lord is going to provide, man. Read that again, man.
It says, behold, therefore thus saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Right.
Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
They're going to be dying of hunger and thirst. Go ahead.
Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart,
Yeah, that's
and
gonna-
shall howl for vexation of spirit.
That's when the pride of these people's faces are going to be wiped off, man.
That's right, that's
Pride
right.
is going to be completely wiped off in that time, man. They're going to look completely desperate, man. Destitute, man. All right? What you got?
Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression, and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high walls, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Right. That's it. Right? It's going to be an instant. It's going to, all this stuff is going to come quickly. See, because they're not watching, so to them it's going to be sudden.
Sudden.
Right? Oh, another lockdown? What? Because they're not watching to see what's going on, man. Okay, we're watching, so for us it's not going to be suddenly. Okay, we walk not in darkness as do others, man. But, okay, we're being circumspect, man. We're looking around. We're seeing what's happening in the earth, man. They're not seeing it. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes
9 and verse
I
12.
talked to someone else the other day and said, "Yo, you notice all the derailments happening, right? All of a sudden, right? Like, yeah, why? What's happening? What's that about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You people got to start thinking, using your brain, man.
Go ahead. It says Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes are taken in an evil net, and as the birds are caught in the snare, so are the sons of man snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly it, man. And it's like there's one video of this of the derailment, and the guys just happened to be filming, and literally right in front of him, man. They just happened to be filming a chemical thing, and literally right in front of him, the train is moving all slow, and then you just see one part just go like this and fall. I was like, wow, you gotta be kidding me, man. Just like that, all these things, all of a sudden now it's all malfunctioning. It's all spilling all over the place, like the wine of Babylon. It's spilling everywhere. Huh? Go ahead, read that again.
This is Ecclesiastes
Yep.
9 and verse 12. And it reads, for men also knoweth not his time, as the fishes are taken in an evil net, and as the birds are...
Because they're not watching. For us, it's not going to be suddenly, right? Okay, because we're not walking in darkness. They're walking in darkness. They're not looking. They're not being circumspect. The scripture says, watch as well as pray.
No, you restart again.
Oh, yeah? Because
Yeah.
it's too cold, probably.
Oh,
I guess.
Oh, this.
I'll put it all together.
Huh?
I'll put it all together.
Go ahead, go ahead.
This is Matthew 24 and verse
It's not even that cold for it to be stopping like that. So, I mean, it's cold, but it's not like that. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in which watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
That's it. Exactly. So we're watching. We're watching. So we're not gonna. It's not gonna come to us as a thief. Okay. It's like if you get a warning, or someone's coming to enter your house, you know, you be there with the shotgun at the window. Right? Go ahead. That's it.
I mean, I too, you know, what proves that we're watching is that we're measuring the time, man.
Yeah.
You know, any big news, any event that happens, your brothers jump on it, man. You know, they can make lessons and filter out with the scriptures, man. So anytime, you know, anything comes, man, we're in the know, man. You know, we're not in darkness, as scriptures say.
And there's no excuse to not have a lesson these days, man. Everything, there's so much things happening. You don't have enough time in a day to make lessons, man. Okay? About 3 things happening at one time. You got Trump talking about bringing back guillotines. You know, you got, all kind of things. You know, the World War III getting ready to pop off. Okay? See what I'm saying?
Even Trump, you mentioned how the World War III has never been closer than now, man. We're in some exciting time, where scriptures say now, like the second war is past and the third war is coming quick.
Right. Which everyone can see that. That's clear as day. That's clear as day. All right? Go ahead, Salakia. Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 3.
What was it at when it closed?
13.
Okay. Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 13. For when they shall see peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
That's right. We're not of darkness, man. Okay, we're of the light. You see what's happening, man. You see what Yahweh is getting ready to do, and why he's getting ready to do it, man. But we want it to come quick. We want it to come quick because we don't like this place, man. Scriptures say that they love not their life unto the death, man. Okay, speaking of the elect. All right.
Verse 6, it says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
That's it.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's it, man. Okay, it's the very same time, man. So we see that the signs happening. Okay, the earthquakes in diverse places, the rumors of war, so on and so forth. And all these things are higher than ever, higher in a point than ever. This is clear that the Lord is getting ready to come back. And then on top of that, the elites is trying to establish the kingdom of growth. And we know that while they're eating, the Lord is going to destroy them. So we're at that point, right? You got
Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
Yep.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
There's uproars all over the place, man. All in South America, Europe, there's constant uproars. All right, but now it's gonna increase even more and more and more. Okay, especially when the prices start to get crazy, man. These people are gonna go crazy, man. They're not gonna regard their kings or princes, man. All right.
I mean, and, you know, there's even an upward in the country of South America, Suriname.
Yeah,
You know?
Suriname, yep.
Suriname, Slovakia. You know, they're uproaring about the prices, you know, going up. You know, they went to the parliament throwing bricks and stuff and rocks into the windows, man. You know?
Nigeria, they're going crazy. Sri Lanka, yeah. Precept, go ahead.
Matthew
Oh,
26.
there's more. There's more than that.
There's more. It says, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings in effects and signs.
Okay, go ahead.
Matthew 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
You're gonna pray for these times, you know? What you got?
Matthew 16 and 2, he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times.
You can't discern the signs of the time. Okay, the signs of the time and the one that the Lord is getting ready to come back. That's the birth pains, man. Okay? So anyways, we're gonna get the last scripture. What you got? You have something else to us about?
No.
Okay, you can see Mahaya on the search. Mahaya be on this. Huh?
Look at 2 Ezra 16 and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Like as when a woman with child in the 9th month brings forth her son. Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth,
Send some horse.
great pains compass her womb.
Les os sont eux là. Les os.
With pain, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side.
Right, sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay, that's what you see now. All right, every time there's something new. There's always something new. A new thing. Oh, this happened. Oh, derailment. This, that. Oh, new pestilence. Right, but soon it's gonna be right in your face. I mean, you're seeing people drop dead. This is
That's right.
where it's coming to, man.
Can't wait.
You don't gotta look at the news, man. It's right here. You're onto it. Okay, that's all. You know, your uncle. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Mom dukes. What you got?
This is Luke 21 and verse 29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand.
That's it. So we're seeing all these things happen, man. We're seeing all the things that the Lord spoke about happening. Okay, that the prophet spoke about happening, showing you before the time of the Lord will come back, showing you that we're in that time. Okay? So it's clear to see, man. You got something about?
2 Peter 3 and 12.
We'll close on that. Go ahead.
2 Peter 3 and 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Knowing that's going to come, then how are you supposed to behave? How are you supposed to act? How are you supposed to conduct yourself? All right?
this is what it's asking. So that's a perfect scripture to end it off on. We give all praises, glory, and honor.
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Ruach
The laws of the apostles and elders bring no stone citation, but first respect to blocking out there. Pushing this word out with sincerity. Right? Shemai, Shemai, Sha'Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Yahweh, Shemai, Shemai, Sha'Allah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Yahweh, Shemai, Shemai, Sha'Allah, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Yahweh, Bible ball. Shalom.